Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Aspire IES. Today we are continuing with our chemistry revision lecture series for civil services mains examination. Now, up to last time, we did the Heisenberg uncertainty principle. There, we found out that it is not possible to exactly identify the position and momentum of the moving subatomic particle. So, we went towards the probability. Now for finding probability, we will be doing one of the most important topics in atomic structure, that is Schrödinger wave equation. In this lecture, we will be solving the Schrödinger wave equation for particle in 1D box. Now, from this topic, you will be getting minimum 1 to 2 question definitely every year. So, let us begin with the Schrödinger wave equation. Now, what Schrödinger wave equation says? It says that physical properties of the element of electron, physical properties will be defined by a wave function. Let us represent it by psi. So, physical properties will be defined by a wave function psi. Now, this psi has certain properties. Those include that it must be single valued eigenfunction. It must be normalized to itself, and it must be orthogonal to other wave functions. What single valued eigenfunction means is that when it is operated under an operator, for example the Hamiltonian operator, it gives a single value. For example, it gives energy, a single valued energy. What normalized means is that the probability of finding electron in the given space must be 1. That means whatever we are choosing our space, for example particle in 1D box, we are choosing the 1D box. So there must be 100% probability that the particle is present in that box only. Where it will be present, that will be decided by the different probability, but at least we should be sure that the particle is present there. And orthogonal means that it must not be present somewhere else. The particle is present only there only. So for the 1D box, the Schrödinger wave equation, to solve Schrödinger wave equation, first we need to find the Schrödinger wave equation. Schrödinger wave equation considers a standing wave from the limit 0 to x. Now, the general formula for standing wave is del square psi by del x square at constant t equal to 1 by u square. U is velocity. Del square psi by del t square at constant x. Alright. So upon solving this, we get our working formula of Schrödinger wave equation, that is del square psi by del x square plus 8 pi square m by h square into e minus v psi is equal to 0. This is the Schrödinger wave equation that is important to us. This is what we have to remember. Now, then after getting this, we will have to solve this for particle in 1D box. Here, first we need to identify the Hamiltonian operator. Here the Hamiltonian operator is the operator that when applied to a wave function, it will give its energy. For this, we have the Hamiltonian operator plus V. This one is the Hamiltonian operator. When it is applied on the wave function, it will give the energy to us. So this is represented by H. Alright. So now let us continue. And this function is called the Laplacian operator. For 1D. This is all we are talking about 1D because that is what is in our syllabus. So now let us continue. Now the basic for particle in 1D boxes, first let us consider a 1D box. Now what is a 1D box? Box generally we have read minimum 2-dimensional, one length, one breadth, but 1D box we have to consider a box of length L and height infinity. Now this we may consider as 1D box. Now the particle is present somewhere inside the box. Now inside the box the condition that potential energy is 0, and outside the box potential energy is infinite, so that particle do not escape the box, and we are definitely sure that the particle is present inside the box, so that we can normalize it. Now we know the basic equation is del square psi by del x square plus 8 pi square m by h square to E minus V psi is equal to 0. Now here outside the box particle is not present, so psi is equal to 0. This is outside. Inside the box, now V is equal to 0 but psi is present. Let us put V is 0 here. So del square psi by del x square plus 8 pi square m by h square into E. When we put 0, so this will become 0, E psi is equal to 0. This will be the equation. Now let us assume this whole term is equal to alpha square. Our equation becomes del square psi by del x square plus alpha square psi is equal to 0. Alright. Now what is this? This is a second order differential equation, and its general solution is psi is equal to a sin alpha x plus b cos alpha x. Alright. Now if we consider this solution, we will get infinite values of psi, but we need only one because it must be an eigenfunction. So now we will put the boundary condition. Now what are the boundary condition? At x is equal to 0, here see, at x is equal to 0 psi is 0 because beyond this point psi is not present. So at x is equal to 0 psi is equal to 0. Additionally at x is equal to L, that means at this point beyond this psi is not present, so here also psi is 0. The particle is not present, so wave function is 0. Now let us first put the first condition. So x is equal to 0 on putting it, so 0 is equal to a sin 0 plus b cos 0. Sin 0 is 0, cos 0 is 1. This gives us b is equal to 0. Now let us put back this in our equation, so we get psi is equal to a sin alpha x because b is 0. Then we will be putting the second boundary condition, that is x is equal to L. Now upon putting x is equal to L, 0 is equal to a sin alpha L. Now in case of sin is 0 when alpha L value is n pi. Alright, this is basic equation, that means sin 0, sin pi, sin 2 pi, these all have value 0. So alpha L is equal to n pi. From here we get value of alpha is n pi by L. Upon putting this in our equation of psi, we get psi is equal to a sin n pi x by L. This is our basic solution of Schrödinger wave equation for particle in 1D box. Now we will have to normalize this. To normalize, we will be integrating. Now the total box that we have is 0 to L psi into psi star dx is equal to 1. That means the particle is present within the box. Now upon putting this, we get from 0 to L a square sin square n pi x by L is equal to 1. Upon solving this, we get a is equal to root 2 by L. Now we put this, so psi is equal to root 2 by L sin n pi x by L. This is our normalized wave function for particle in 1D box. Now let us calculate the energy for this particle in 1D box. Now what we had done was, we had put 8 pi square m by h square into E as alpha square, right? And we had value of alpha as n pi by L. So let us equate that. So alpha square will be n square pi square by L square is equal to 8 pi square m by h square into E. From here we get E is equal to n square h square by 8 ml square. Now this will be the energy for particle in 1D box. Alright, if somehow we need to find the spectra, emission or absorption, emission spectra or absorption spectra value of energy, then we will be doing delta I. Delta I will be E2 minus E1. So we can easily calculate the emission spectra or absorption spectra energy. Then the next thing that we have to do is here is, if we are asked to calculate the wave function for energy for alkenes. Now what are alkenes? These are conjugated alkenes. Now suppose we need to find the, they have given that this alkene is a, let us assume it is a 1D box, and we need to find the energy of the particle, that is the electrons present in this. Now what we have to do is simply we need to calculate the length. Now how we will calculate the length? Length we will be taking is 2 times length of single bond plus length of double bond. Sorry, not 2 times, n times. Here what is n? N is the number of double bonds. Here we cannot simply calculate the length of the single and double bond, because then we will be missing the last point. This is end correction factor. We have to add this end correction factor so that number of double bonds and number of single bonds are equal. So this we will have to take care. That's why we will be using the formula n times n is number of double bonds times length of the single bond, that is length of one single bond, plus length of one double bond, and we will be getting the total length. Once we get the length, we can put this in this formula and we can easily calculate the energy of this particle in assuming this alkene as a 1D box. Now for 1D box, these all are the important topics. Addition to the okay, thank you. In the next topic we will be doing the spherical coordinates and the Schrodinger wave equation for the hydrogen atom. Till then, have a good night. Thank you.